What is the meaning of the verb carry on?
When you carry something on an airplane, you keep it with you in the passenger. Compartment instead of giving it to an airline agent to put in the baggage compartment. You should carry your laptop computer on. You don't want to take any chances.
What is the meaning of the verb break down?
When something decomposes or reduces to its smallest parts or is reduced by someone to its smallest parts, it breaks down. After the poison breaks down, it's quite harmless.
What is the meaning of the verb care for?
When you care for children or people who are old or sick. You provide them with the food or medicine they need, or you do things to help them. When you care for machines or buildings, you keep them in good condition. The nurses have to care for several very sick patients.
What is the meaning of the verb go by?
When you go by a clock, you use it to tell the time. No wonder I'm always late for work. The clock I've been going by is 10 minutes slow.
What is the meaning of the verb lock up?
When you lock people up, you put them in prison. Whoever committed that terrible crime ought to be locked up forever.
What is the meaning of the verb get out of?
When you get out or get out of a place, building, room, car, boat, and so on, you leave or escape from it. When Bob heard his car's engine making a strange noise, he got out and looked under the hood.
What is the meaning of the verb take up on?
When you take people up on an offer, you accept their offer. My brother has invited us many times to visit him in Hawaii, and last winter we took him up on the offer.
What is the meaning of the verb clean out of, informal?
If thieves clean a place out or clean a place out of something, they take everything that is valuable. The thieves cleaned the jewelry store out of all its diamonds and emeralds.
What is the meaning of the verb punch in?
When you come to your workplace and put your time card in the time clock to record the time you have arrived, you punch in. Mark was late, so I punched him in.
What is the meaning of the verb go over?
When you carefully explain something, usually something that is complicated but important, you go over it. Before the trial, Hank and his lawyer went over what Hank was going to say.
What is the meaning of the verb cut off?
When you completely remove part of something with a knife, saw, or pair of scissors, you cut it off. He cut off a piece of cheese so that I could taste it. One of the kings of England had his head cut off.
What is the meaning of the verb step on informal?
When you say step on it to someone who is driving a car, you are telling the driver to drive faster. Hank needed to get to the airport in 15 minutes, so he told the taxi driver to step on it.
What is the meaning of the verb count up?
When you count all of something to see how many of them there are, you count them up. Counting up the yes and no votes is going to take a long time.
What is the meaning of the verb hand over?
When you give someone responsibility for an important project, duty, or problem. You hand that project, duty, or problem over or hand it over to someone. The TV news anchor handed the show over to the reporter at the White House.
What is the meaning of the verb go away?
When you leave a place or leave a person, you go away. Go away. I'm trying to study.
What is the meaning of the verb break in?
When you arrive at a hotel and arrange for a room, you check in or check into the hotel. Jim checked into the hotel while I called home to check on the kids.
What is the meaning of the verb look around?
When you turn your head to see what is behind you or around you, you look around. I heard a sound, and I looked around to see who it was. Sally looked around the room and didn't recognize anyone.
What is the meaning of the verb mix up?
When you mix something up that has two or more ingredients. You stir it so that the ingredients will be thoroughly combined. An electric mixer will mix up the ingredients better than a hand mixer.
What is the meaning of the verb wipe off?
When you completely remove a liquid from a surface by moving a towel. Or sponge across it with a sweeping motion, you wipe the surface off. You can either wipe off something that is wet or wipe off the liquid. Wipe up is similar to wipe off, however, you wipe up a liquid. But you wipe off the surface the liquid is on. Wipe the food off your face.
What is the meaning of the verb straighten out?
When something is bent, crooked, or curved and you make it straight, you straighten it out. My elbow is so swollen that I can't straighten my arm out.
What is the meaning of the verb try on?
When you try on an item of clothing before deciding whether you will buy it or borrow. It from someone in order to see if it fits or to see if you like it, you try it on. Would you like to borrow this dress for the dance tonight? Here, try it on.
What is the meaning of the verb stick up?
When you use a gun or other weapon to rob people, banks, or stores, you stick them up. Hold up is the same as stick up. If we need some money, we can always stick up a liquor store.
What is the meaning of the verb put out?
When a book, magazine, newspaper, or musical recording is published or issued, it is put out. The publisher is planning to put a new magazine out that will appeal to teenage girls.
What is the meaning of the verb move out, of?
When you move people out or move them out of a place. You take their furniture and other personal possessions out of a place where they lived. When you move things out or move them out of a place, you take them out. Move inland to is the opposite of move out. One of our roommates wasn't paying his rent, so we moved his stuff out while he was at work.
What is the meaning of the verb do with used only in the infinitive form?
When you say that one thing has something to do with another. You mean there is a connection between the two. I'm not sure what this part does, but I think it must have something to do with the transmission.
What is the meaning of the verb take up on?
When you take people up on an offer, you accept their offer. My brother has invited us many times to visit him in Hawaii, and last winter we took him up on the offer.
What is the meaning of the verb get to?
When something gets to you, it bothers or annoys you, either psychologically or physically. Let's sit down and rest, this heat is getting to me.
What is the meaning of the verb rip off informal?
When you rip people off, you steal something from them, cheat them. Or charge them more money for something than it is worth. Don't do business with Marvin, he rips everyone off. Hank got ripped off by the drug dealer.
What is the meaning of the verb have on?
When you have an electrical device on, you are using it. Last summer was so cool that we had the air conditioner on only 2 or 3 times.
What is the meaning of the verb find out? Not usually separated. The object can be a noun. A noun clause, or a complete sentence.
When you find out information or a fact, you learn or become aware of that information or fact. I was surprised when I found out he can speak 14 languages.
What is the meaning of the verb fall through?
When people or things drop through an opening from one side to the other side, they fall through. My Uncle Fred was ice fishing when he fell through a hole in the ice and was never seen again.
What is the meaning of the verb stand up informal?
When you stand people up, you do not arrive at their house as you have promised, or at a social event or meeting where you are expected. Heather had a date with Jim last Saturday night, but she was stood up.
What is the meaning of the verb go with?
When you choose someone or something from a group, you go with your choice. Everyone who applied for the job is highly qualified. I don't know who I'm going to go with.
What is the meaning of the verb go away?
When a condition, problem, situation, or activity disappears or greatly decreases, it goes away. I have a pain in my back that never goes away.
What is the meaning of the verb look out for?
When you look out or look out for something. You remain alert for someone or something that is dangerous or important. When you tell people to look out. You are warning them of possible danger. Look out is the same as watch out. There's a lot of ice on the road, so look out.
What is the meaning of the verb stick up?
When you use a gun or other weapon to rob people, banks, or stores, you stick them up. Hold up is the same as stick up. Call the police. They're sticking up the bank.
What is the meaning of the verb stick up?
When you push something inside a container or space that is long and narrow, you stick it up. Mark stuck his hand up the chimney to try to find the hidden key.
What is the meaning of the verb check out?
When you check people out, you investigate them in order to learn more about them. If you say that people check out, you mean that the information they have given you about themselves. Such as their education and work experience, has been investigated and found to be accurate. Before you give that guy money to invest, you should check him out.
What is the meaning of the verb get to?
When you get to a place, you arrive there. When you get lito a place, you help them to go there or take them there. When you get to work, you arrive at the place where you work. When I get to Tokyo, I'll call to let you know I arrived safely.
What is the meaning of the verb pick on?
When you pick on people, you continually tease and criticize them. Susie, you shouldn't pick on your little brother.
What is the meaning of the verb wash off?
When you wash something off or wash the dirt off something. You use water and soap to remove dirt or unwanted items from a surface. Mike washed the dirt off his car.
What is the meaning of the verb ring up?
When you want to buy something in a store. A cashier uses a cash register to ring up what you want to buy in order to determine how much money you must pay. Well, I guess I'll take this one. Can you ring it up, please?
What is the meaning of the verb fall behind, in?
When you are in a group that is studying, working, and so on. And they learn faster or get more work done because you are learning or working more slowly than the others. You fall behind in your work, studies, and so on. When you do not complete work as fast as it was originally planned and expected, you fall behind schedule. Get behind is similar to fall behind. Keep up is the opposite of fall behind. The sales manager wanted to know why I had fallen behind the rest of the department.
What is the meaning of the verb warm up?
When people or things cause a thing or place to become warmer, they warm it up. The fireplace doesn't really warm the house up much.
What is the meaning of the verb turn out?
When something turns out, it becomes what you want it to become. When something turns out a certain way, it becomes that way. The pictures turned out perfectly.
What is the meaning of the verb get out of?
When you get out of something or get out of doing something you must do but do not want to do. You find a way to avoid it. I got out of going to church with my parents by pretending to be sick.
What is the meaning of the verb get through?
When something gets you through a difficult experience, it comforts and supports you. Julia's faith in God was what got her through the loss of her husband.
What is the meaning of the verb pull over?
When you are driving and then move your vehicle to the side of the road. Reduce your speed, and then stop, you pull over or pull your vehicle over. I pulled over to fix a flat tire. We're lost.
What is the meaning of the verb take off?
When a business or other organized activity becomes very successful, it takes off. The new restaurant's business is taking off because it got a good review in the newspaper.
What is the meaning of the verb drop off?
When the level of the ground declines steeply, it drops off. Be careful hiking this trail, it drops off steeply on the other side of the mountain. The island has no beach at all. The land drops off straight into the sea.
What is the meaning of the verb lift up?
When you lift up something, you use your hands to raise it above the surface that it was on. That rock is too heavy, I can't lift it up. Lift up the cover and look in the box.
What is the meaning of the verb take off?
When you remove something from something it is attached or affixed to, you take it off. After Jane took the flat tire off her bicycle, she put on the new one.
What is the meaning of the verb fight back?
When you fight back an emotional response, such as tears or fear, you try very hard to overcome the emotion. I had to fight back the urge to punch him in the nose.
What is the meaning of the verb fall over?
When people or things fail over, they fall to the ground from an upright position. I almost fell over when I heard the terrible news.
What is the meaning of the verb warm up?
When you do light exercises before playing a sport or exercising with greater effort, you warm up. When performers play musical instruments or sing just before a performance in order to be ready, they warm up. The singer warmed up in her dressing room before the concert.
What is the meaning of the verb hold up?
When a wall, column, or other structure supports the weight of something above it. Such as a ceiling, it holds it up. The house was held up by jacks. The foundation was repaired.
What is the meaning of the verb cool off?
When people or things cause a thing or place to become cooler, they cool it off. The coffee was really hot, but he put an ice cube in it and it cooled right off.
What is the meaning of the verb wake up?
When you stop sleeping, you wake up. When you cause other people to stop sleeping, you wake them up. Is so sleepy in class that the teacher must wake him up every 5 minutes.
What is the meaning of the verb hold out?
When you hold out, you resist an attack, pressure. Or temptation, or you continue to survive in a dangerous situation. I haven't had a cigarette in 3 days, and I don't know how much longer I can hold out.
What is the meaning of the verb get to?
When you get to something that you want or need to do, you find the time to do it. When you get to work, you start working. You've wasted the entire morning. When are you going to get to work?
What is the meaning of the verb go through with?
When you do something that you have decided to do even though it may be dangerous or unpleasant or others may object, you go through with it. Despite his family's opposition. Eric went through with his decision to quit his job and start his own business.
What is the meaning of the verb pay back, for?
When you pay people back or pay people back for something bad they have done to you. You do something bad to them. Jake shot Hank to pay him back for turning him in to the police.
What is the meaning of the verb run down?
When you discuss or review items on a list from the first to the last, you run down the list. Let's run down the Christmas list and decide what to give everyone.
What is the meaning of the verb come back?
When a fashion or fad comes back, it becomes popular again. Western movies and TV shows go out of style and then come back every few years.
What is the meaning of the verb turn around?
When you turn around a bad situation, a failing business. A losing game, and so on, you improve it so that it is successful. Turning this money-losing company around is going to take several years.
What is the meaning of the verb pick up?
When you go to a place to get something that was created. Prepared, or left for you and is now ready, you pick it up. The travel agent said I could pick the tickets up tomorrow.
What is the meaning of the verb blow away?
When the wind moves something away from where it was, it blows it away. Don't leave the newspaper outside. The wind will blow it away. The picnic wasn't much fun. It was really windy. And everything kept blowing away.
What is the meaning of the verb hand in?
When you hand in your resignation or letter of resignation. You inform your employer that you are quitting your job. The president asked the cabinet members to hand in their resignations.
What is the meaning of the verb sit down?
When you sit down, you change from a standing position to a sitting position. I'm exhausted, I haven't sat down all day.
What is the meaning of the verb go for informal?
When you go for something, you like it a lot. Let's go to a different nightclub. I don't go for jazz.
What is the meaning of the verb sign in?
When you sign in, you write your name on a list to show that you have arrived at your workplace or at some other place, such as a hotel or a club. I'm going to be late. Could you sign me in?
What is the meaning of the verb leave behind?
When you move, learn, or work faster than others in your group, you leave them behind. If you don't start working harder, you're going to be left behind.
What is the meaning of the verb ring up?
When you want to buy something in a store. A cashier uses a cash register to ring up what you want to buy in order to determine how much money you must pay. I couldn't believe it when the clerk finished ringing it all up. $946.
What is the meaning of the verb shut up informal?
When people or things cause you to stop talking, they shut you up. I can't hear the TV. Can you shut those kids up?
What is the meaning of the verb get off?
When you get off, or get off work, you finish that day's work and leave your place of employment. Sally said she wouldn't get off work until 6 o'clock. I haven't gotten off early all week.
What is the meaning of the verb cross off?
When you cross something off a list, you draw a line through it to remove it from the list. Why was my name crossed off the invitation list?
What is the meaning of the verb go by?
When you go by a policy or standard. You use it as a reference or a guide in making decisions and determining your behavior. When you go by the book, you follow rules, policies, or laws exactly. Going by the book has always been my policy.
What is the meaning of the verb turn around?
When you turn around a bad situation, a failing business. A losing game, and so on, you improve it so that it is successful. The quarterback completed 4 passes in the last 5 minutes of the football game and completely turned it around.
What is the meaning of the verb wear out?
When something wears you out, it makes you very tired. Shoveling snow for 3 hours would wear anyone out.
What is the meaning of the verb call off?
When you call off an event, such as a party, game. Or something else that had been previously planned, you cancel it. The football game was called off because of rain.
What is the meaning of the verb get back to?
When you return to a level or place where you were before, you get back or get back to that place. Where are you going? Get right back here.
What is the meaning of the verb work out?
When a calculation or measurement works out to be a certain amount. This amount is the result of the calculation or measurement. The cost of the booze we need for the reception works out to more than $1,500.
What is the meaning of the verb tear off?
When you use force to remove a piece of something that is flexible paper. Cloth, and so on, you tear it off. I tore off a coupon for frozen pizza at the supermarket.
What is the meaning of the verb keep up?
When you keep an activity up, you continue doing it. Leopards can run extremely fast, but they can't keep it up longer than a minute or two.
What is the meaning of the verb get down?
When you bend your body and lower your head to avoid. Danger or to prevent people from seeing you, you get down. Get down. If the police catch us here, we'll be in a lot of trouble.
What is the meaning of the verb come over?
When people cross a river or cross the ocean from east to west or west to east, they come over. The ferry comes over to the side of the lake every day at 5:30 p. m.
What is the meaning of the verb get in?
When you get an activity in, you find the time for it or make the time for it. Whenever I go to San Francisco on business, I try to get a baseball game in.
What is the meaning of the verb come up, to?
When people move toward you to a higher level or position, or from the south to the north, they come up. Come down is the opposite of come up. Why don't you come up and see me sometime?
What is the meaning of the verb get on, with?
When you continue doing something, you get on with what you were doing, or get on with it. It's getting late. If we're going to finish this work today, we'd better get on with it.
What is the meaning of the verb get to?
When something gets to you, it bothers or annoys you, either psychologically or physically. Let's sit down and rest, this heat is getting to me.
What is the meaning of the verb line up?
When something lines up with something else, or when you line up something with something else. It is positioned correctly in relation to something else. If this bolt doesn't line up with that hole, the lock won't work. The holes in part A have to line up with the holes in part B before you screw them together.
What is the meaning of the verb come up with?
When you think of an idea, plan, or solution, you come up with it. Lydia wants to come up with a great idea for the party.
What is the meaning of the verb get through, with?
When you get through with an activity. Or get through doing an activity, you finish it or finish doing it. After you get through washing the dishes, you can start ironing.
What is the meaning of the verb take back, to?
When you take back something that you have borrowed or take back something that you have borrowed to the person or place that you borrowed it from, you return it. Lydia borrowed this book from the library 6 months ago, and she still hasn't taken it back.
What is the meaning of the verb light up?
When you shine lights on something or attach lights to something, you light it up. The police lit the house up with their spotlights.
What is the meaning of the verb go ahead, with?
When you take an action you have already considered doing, you go ahead with the action. After she learned about Jim's drug problem, Raquel went ahead with the marriage anyway.
What is the meaning of the verb aim at?
When you point a weapon at people or things, you aim it at them. The robber aimed the gun right at my head.
What is the meaning of the verb go off?
When a road, trail, path, and so on, goes off, it leaves the main road. Trail, or path, and goes in a different direction. We didn't know which way to go. One path went off to the left, the other to the right.
What is the meaning of the verb make of?
What you make of something is your understanding or opinion of it. What he said was so strange that I didn't know what to make of it.
What is the meaning of the verb look forward to?
When you look forward to something or look forward to doing something. You are excited about something in the future because you enjoy it or because it will benefit you in some way. I look forward to an opportunity to meet with you in person.
What is the meaning of the verb take in?
When you bring a car or other household appliance to a mechanic or repair person, you take it in. The VCR is broken again. I need to take it in.
What is the meaning of the verb run up to?
When you run to a higher level or place, you run up or run up to that place. Run up and answer the phone if it rings, okay.
What is the meaning of the verb get inland to?
When you get in trouble or get into a difficult situation or a mess, a mess is a confused or difficult situation, you become involved in it. When you get people in trouble or get them into a difficult situation or a mess. You cause them to become involved in it. I don't see any solution to this problem. How did I ever get into this mess?
What is the meaning of the verb get to?
When things or people get to a certain level, number, or amount, they reach it. When I run, I always try to get to 5 miles before I quit.
What is the meaning of the verb fall apart?
When a plan, arrangement, system, or agreement fails, it falls apart. The peace agreement is slowly falling apart.
What is the meaning of the verb shake up?
When something upsets, shocks, or frightens you badly, it shakes you up. I was really shaken up when I learned that my uncle had been killed.
What is the meaning of the verb put on?
When you attach or affix something to another thing, you put it on. I told the tailor to put red buttons on the dress he's making for me.
What is the meaning of the verb shake up?
When you mix something by shaking it, you shake it up. You have to shake up Italian dressing before you open the bottle.
What is the meaning of the verb make up the noun and adjectives? Derived from this verb are much more commonly used than the verb itself.
When you make yourself up, you put lipstick, eyeshadow, and so on your face. She made herself up and went to the party.
What is the meaning of the verb put up?
When you fight, resist, or argue against something, you put up a fight or put up resistance. The union put up a fight when the company tried to lay off workers.
What is the meaning of the verb fall out, with Ivor?
When you fall out with people, you become upset or angry with them. When two people fall out over something. They become upset or angry with each other because of a disagreement about that thing. Alfonso fell out with his sister when he criticized her husband.
What is the meaning of the verb screw on?
When you screw on the top of a circular container. You turn it so that it becomes tight and keeps the contents of the container inside. I hadn't screwed the top of the gas can on tight enough, and all the gas leaked out.
What is the meaning of the verb go out?
When something that is burning goes out, it stops burning because it has no more fuel or because something. Such as water or lack of oxygen, has caused it to stop burning. The forest fire didn't go out until it started to rain.
What is the meaning of the verb turn over?
When a business turns over something that it sells. It continually sells it and replaces it with new merchandise. We're turning over 40 cases of bananas a week in the supermarket.
What is the meaning of the verb cut back, on?
When you cut back, or cut back on the amount of money you spend less. The president said he was against cutting back on spending for education.
What is the meaning of the verb go for?
When you say that a statement about one person or thing goes for another person or thing. You mean that it is also true about the other person or thing. When you say that goes for me, you are agreeing with someone else's opinion. Heather said that Tom was a jerk, and I said that that goes for Tom's brother Bill, too.